Consistency is the key to success.
Changing the world through health and wellness.
Small change is great change.
Exercise is hard work. Good day, everyone out there, and welcome to Fit Over 50, the program that cares about you because you trust us and we love you. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Tony Hill, and my co-host, Doug Jeffrey. How are you, my man? What's going on this morning?
Wonderful, Tony. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Yes. Yeah. We're here raw, live, and uncut, baby. That's right.
Basically, this platform is all about sharing and giving back. We learn from each other, and everything starts with you. And Mr. Tony Hill, I admire you. Tony has dedicated his life to health and fitness and giving back and trying to really change lives. He is my punctilious partner of personal pursuit, and everything does start with you. Correct?
Yeah, you know what, man? We need to. That's merchandise right there, brother. Because you say that word a lot. We need to get that. Can you kind of spell that, please, for the audience? Because we're gonna have that merchandise. I love that.
Spelling is not my thing. So actually, today's Sunday. So I got my pink jacket on, man. It's.
I know, and you look really good too, man. You really do. You know? I mean, you don't look one day over 30, bro.
Oh, thank you. And I'm 60 and Tony's 63.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
yeah,
it basically you need to take care of that temple that was given to you. And if you respect that and really become punctilious in your health, which salubrious activities, a healthy activity. So if you really commit to yourself,
right.
You can, and it's a blessing from God to.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
In those years, and you want to, your health is so important. So to really be able to enjoy those golden latter years is exactly what life is all about.
So hey, today, all you guys out there, first, I want to thank you guys for joining us. Today, we are really excited to share with you some of the things that we have experienced in our life, and hopefully you'll take that with a grain of salt. And we're here to help you to understand the reality of aging. Aging is natural, but it's also good if you have your head on right. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about where it all begins, because I know last week we were sharing a lot of stuff. So what I did was I kind of talked it over with my buddy Doug there, and there was three major things that shot out to us, and one of them is culture, and one of them is lifestyle, and last but certainly not least, your body type. Now, the body type is a little controversial because the body type is actually what you're born with, but your body shape is what you create based upon your culture and your lifestyle. So it's like a person that says, "Hey, I'm big boned." Well, no, you're not. You have a certain body type that your body shape appears to be that you big bone, but no, you have to lose some weight because it's called obesity. So go ahead. Go. What you gonna say?
Well, no. So let's talk about the body types: endomorph, mesomorph.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, and you want to go into detail for our viewers out there that don't really quite understand and break each one of those down.
Okay, so we're gonna we're gonna talk three things, but that's a good point, Doug. We're gonna start with body type, right? So when you look at the body type is the foundation on which we all was born. There's endomorph, mesomorph, ectomorph. Each body type has a method of training. Each body type has a method of eating, and each body type has a method of hydration. Because each body type, if you look at sports is literally the visual fact that these three body types exist. For example, let's take football. Football is very unique because it really shows you the body type. For example, a running back is usually a true mesomorph. He's not tall, but kind of short in stature, but he's really muscular. That's a true mesomorph. An endomorph you'll see usually are your alignment, like your center, your offensive line, because they have to have the body to move that body in front of them to open the hole. And then, of course, you have the ectomorph, which actually are your tight ends or your wide receivers. They're long, and you see them on the end, and oftentimes I wonder how they're able to handle a hit by a 235-pound middle linebacker or whatever. It's kind of crazy. But if you look at football, you see those body types. Now you take another sport and you look at track. In track, you'll see a true meso, which is athletic, which is usually a sprinter. Then you'll see an ecto, which is a long distance runner, which is usually they have incredible endurance. Now, and a true meso don't have endurance. That's why they run the 100-meter, as opposed to the ectomorph, which is running, 800-meter and up, right? So when you look at the body type, this is why you have these people go out and look for these athletes, for basketball, which is also ectomorph. They're tall, and so you see these body types. But when they're no longer in their sport, you see the shape starts to form, which means that they're no longer in the activity. So that means that let me finish this point. So that means that, for example, a mesomorph, right? Because some body types have more than one. So that means a mesomorph now can gain weight really fast and become an endomorph. And that means an ectomorph kind of can put on weight too, but it's usually in a pear shape. They usually gain that weight from the waist down. But if you take a true endo, an endo always will have, based upon a slow metabolism, they will always have weight issues. But they can become a great mesomorph if they train and work hard. You see? So it's kind of like, that's how that's when you know those things. If you want to get healthy and you know those things, that's the beginning of transformation.
Yeah, well said. And we had talked before. So what would you say that I am? Just based on
well, I saw you, and you are mesomorph. You're a mesomorph. You're very athletic. You got an athletic build. You have you have small traces of ecto, but you're not a tall person. You see, you're a small person, but you can build some really good muscle. I've seen you. You're very muscular. You're very athletic. Unfortunately, because of some of us have injuries and things like that, which actually inhibits us to be able to be our full potential. But because you can't exercise or whatever, because of what you're busy and things like that, your body type has survived. So you're a true meso. I'm a mesomorph. But by chance, if I throw my nutrition out the window, I can easily become an endomorph. Exactly. But I could never be an ectomorph. I could never be an ecto. Ever.
Yeah, you're just genetically you don't have that.
Right.
That brings
because you will look at me and say, Tony, are you on crack? That's the first thing you'll see.
But you're born with that. That's in your genetics.
Exactly.
Right? That's in your DNA. And
you can't change that. And see, no matter how much weight you lose, Doug, you will always be a meso because you're athletic.
Well, it's funny. When I was younger, I was a little overweight and I was a tubby little kid, but I made that commitment to start working out, and from that commitment, I was able to change and transmogrify, so to speak. So we're here to advise, to edify, and transmogrify, because that's really what it's about.
Man, these words just come up.
I love them, man. You know me. I love words.
That's crazy. That's great. But see, to your point, though, when you look at that, you said when you were small, you had weight issues, right? So that's the theory that, hey, you were a meso, but you have the endo potential. So when an endo actually gets their mind right, and we're talking a wide body, slow metabolism, when an endo actually literally focuses, that endo becomes an amazing meso. I mean, good muscle tone. If they maintain their nutrition, oh man, they're gonna look hot all the time. Yeah, but the work is there. They have to do the work.
Yeah, it really is. When I was younger, I wrestled, and I was when I was a young little kid, I was a heavyweight. I don't know, 13, 14 years old. So you really look. And as we always talk about, it is making that commitment to yourself. And I was able to flip the switch, because we're born with, as we're born with it, but making that commitment, you really can change. And that's what this platform is all about.
Right. So we're taking these for our audience, we're taking this one step at a time. Now we're talking about body type first, even though it was the last one. But for those out there who want more information about your body type, you can actually go to Touche TV and subscribe. That's a subscription base. And I have a whole series on body type, from food to exercise and to how to identify your body type. So you can go to touchefitness.com and you can subscribe there. Also, if you want more information about the body type, it's also there. I also do a live Instagram. Did you know that, Doug? I do a live Instagram.
Yes, I say good morning.
Yes, sir.
There.
So, you know, we, Doug and I, we try to cover all bases to let you know how important you are to us. Now let's get to the next topic, Doug, which is, what was it we talking about? Lifestyle? We talked culture. Culture was the first one.
I jumped. Please forgive me.
That's okay. No. But body type is a good place, even though it was the last part. We can still. It's okay. Yeah? I know. See, intelligent people. This is what happens when people are smart, right? They kind of, you know, what do you call it? When you write backwards.
When you write backwards.
Dyslexic. So when you see culture, lifestyle, and body type, you'll say, "Oh, body type." You see, you know, jump that out. It's okay, bro. You know, you're just a handsome intellectual, and man, I appreciate you. He's in the movie business, y'all. He's in the movies. Special shout out to your company. What you're doing big things in the media, which we're going to talk about that, man. Yeah. Oh, we gotta tell them about you, man. Shoot. Yeah,
we will. So let's stay on point. Let's not.
Yeah, let's stay on point. Okay, because I get a little excited.
Culturally, we've had many lengthy conversations about this. Your culture, which a lot of people don't really think about that. I've never thought about that prior to having these conversations with Tony. So it really is. You're a product of your culture.
Yeah,
how you're raised, your family, the generations, everything, as far as food to exercise or what you do. Because let's face it, we all learn from our previous culture ancestors. It's all kind of passed down, and I believe it's passed down to a certain degree in the DNA too. So culture.
Well, check this out though. You'll be surprised, man. See, I've been doing a little research, right?
There you go, buddy.
Watch this, man. See, you're educating me, brother. I'm getting, you know. But anyway, here you go. Culture, right? This is how powerful it is in anything that we do in life. It's the customs, arts, social institutions, and achievements of a particular nation, people, or other social group. You know how powerful that is? That is so powerful, because that determines where your life goes as you get older, and then the people along the way are supposed to enhance your ability. But sometimes, and I'm going to tell you, people along the way enhance. Now, even if it's bad. So if your culture is criminal, you're going to be a good criminal, or you're going to be in prison. If your culture is success, you're going to be a success, because your culture is going to attract the people that you meet. And as the people that you meet, then they pour into you, and the only way you can see good people is because of your cultural background. That determines, just like my sons. I have sons. They could tell me who they want to hang around with based upon how we raised them. We raised them in Europe for the most part. So their culture, when they came to America, they were like, they didn't know how to function, because culturally they wasn't really, during the time that they were supposed to be groomed in the US, they went from Montessori to private school to Europe, and then they came back to in America. Shoot, in 2016, it was totally different, right? So, and being in finishing high school in America, they were totally, man, they were out of their league, because they were used to education, languages, application, success, they come here, they see a smorgasbord of a lot of things: gain, failure, success, kids disrespecting their parents. They see a lot. So it really threw them for a loop. But because of the culture, they were able to stand steadfast and endure and make good decisions, not based upon how they feel, but what they were culturally indoctrinated with. Yeah.
Yeah, and once again, having that experience with your children, I think is the best gift that you could ever give them, because as you said, culturally out of this country, it's completely it's completely different.
Yeah,
Where
it's crazy.
they care about people. It's not this, and by any extension, America has a lot of wonderful attributes, but
Oh yeah,
when it
no,
really
don't get me wrong.
important,
I'm a veteran, man. I fought,
no,
man.
no, I know.
I gave 9
I'm
years of
proud
my
of you.
life to be free.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But when
but
you look at culture too, you got to include too manners, dress, language, religion, rituals, art, all kind of stuff, bro. Is mixed into
yeah, but
that.
for everybody that is brought up in a culture that might not be ideal, you do have the iconoclast that will break away from that and
Yeah.
and change that generation. You understand what I'm saying? Just
Yeah, I got
because
you.
yeah, so it once again, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And
You see what you just said? I love that. That's another. See, I'm coming up with all these taglines, man. Because you said that before, and today it just hit me. It just resonated in my head. It's not where you start, but it's how you finish. Because we had a question come in: can I change what my culture is? And what you just said when that
that's
question
what it
came
is.
in,
Yeah.
answered it, because it literally there's like from A to Z. There's a lot of alphabets in between, and you could actually literally. I would say, when I say change it, I don't mean your culture's bad. And I don't think you mean it that way either.
Oh
I
no,
think
not at all.
I think that we do have the ability to build on our culture. Hopefully it's in a positive direction and not a negative one. So that was good, man. It's how you finish, babe. It's how you finish, Doug.
That's how you
Hey,
finish.
that's you. That
Thank
was
you. And
great.
it was fascinating. I was reading the other day where they talk about we talked before about a healthy brain,
Yes,
and
yes.
there was a gentleman that there was a study done where they did the whole brain scan, and one of them came back because they say sociopaths have a different brain chemistry, whatever 9 yards. And basically, this gentleman came back, and his scan said he was a sociopath. But this guy, completely healthy, normal life. So it's nature versus nurture. So that
Right.
gives you the ability to change, even though nature gave you this. If you commit, you have the ability to change and to grow. So there's something fascinating, and that ties into the whole culture.
Yes,
I
yes.
believe everything happens for a reason in life, but the awareness, it's really the awareness of you. So once you understand that knowledge is power, we always talk about that. Knowledge is power.
Mhm,
Once you understand
mhm,
that gives
mhm.
you the ability to start to, wiggle and dance in there to find that spot that's just right for you.
Oh man, and that really, for me, what you said, it's not how you start, but it's how you finish. Really was very inspirational to me today, because it's like, I just tell you, I went to see a good friend of mine I've been knowing for over 30 years. And it's amazing that I hadn't seen him in so long yet. He's at the beginning of when I had left him. Now, isn't that interesting? His life is still what it is when I left him, when we
Oh,
parted ways, but we still stay in touch because we're the best of friends. But
mhm.
his life is still the same. His struggles are still the same. And it's almost like he's in a time warp in a sense to where, but the frustrating thing about it is he wants to get out. So he started out great. His journey began. But in the interim, that finish line seems further and further away. You know what I mean? So when I saw him yesterday, it was really amazing because we talked for hours, Doug, him and I. And it was like, as we were sharing with each other, I started to realize, oh my God, it's like we do need each other. And I would say this to all people, specifically to men. When I met Doug, and I just want to say this, Doug, because we're on, culture. Because the thing that I really enjoy about our relationship, because we are two different cultures, but we have the same mindset. And so the interesting thing about that is that when I say mindset, I says we are both successful in what we do. And somehow through all the differences, we met each other as if we knew each other like forever. And when we talk, when you talk about not how you start, but how you finish, think of the men that fail to see that they're not done yet. Yeah. You just got to keep your eyes open because there's somebody out there, if you're open to it and you can get through all the disappointments and all the pain and all the, there's a person out there that's just like you, So I just wanted to say that. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Back at you, my brother. And we're all the same. We are totally all the same. Race, color, creed, religion, sexual preference, you name it. We are all children of God. Yeah. And when struggles come into our lives, right? And if we're able to look at those not as woe is me,
yeah,
but
exactly.
if we look at them as what am I supposed to learn going through this? There's a lesson in everything. Nothing happens by chance. And if you look at it as what's my lesson? And once you get that, once you figure that out, I love my Monopoly saying, once you figure that out, you get to pass go and collect your $200 and move on. That's the next step in life. Mm-hmm. But it really comes back to that commitment to you. Mm-hmm. And, we all know, we all start, we fail, but what is it? What would you say to everyone out there watching? What is that makes you not, you lock and load, you just stay there? What is that, Tony?
First of all, you got to look at what I heard yesterday. Failure is defined like this. Thomas Edison literally didn't fail 10,000 times. He just found 10,000 times it didn't work.
Yeah, there you go, buddy. That's it. Get back on that horse.
Exactly. So the whole thing is that when I look at things, I do recognize that myself, I have something, I've had this desire in me since I was a little kid. I don't know how it got there. I mean, all I did was believe in it. And then as I got older and I started being more aware, more God conscious, then I started I asked myself a very simple question, and probably people may have a problem with it, but I asked myself a simple question. If I believed in God, then why don't I figure out what he wants me to or what he wants me to be? Why do I have to get into a structure to kind of realize, oh, there he is, and there he is. No, here he is, right? Because I had something that he put inside me that I don't know got there when I was a little kid. And it pushed me to believe somehow that this is what I needed to do with my life. And so when I talk to people about God, they say, oh, you a Christian? I said, well, you might not like what I'm about to say to you, but I'm not a religious person, and neither am I a traditionalist. And you might not know this, but God never called us to be Christians. And if you study the history, the word Christian was only said once, and that's when they were in Antioch. And they were called Christians simply because they didn't know any other name to call them. But the scripture says that by this shall all men know that you are my disciples if you have love one for another. So the disciple means a follower. It doesn't mean a Christian. You see. So when I answer the question like that, they think about it, and I say, think about it. Back then, if you called yourself a Christian, you were going to be killed. Yeah, I said, exactly. Now everybody wants to be called a Christian. So that should tell you something. Because, you know, it's like back in the day, there's certain neighborhoods I didn't want to go into because of the color of my skin.
Yeah.
You see, so, but what happens in reference to going back to what you said, what made it click was the fact that, hey, I'm here for a purpose. And then when I see people like yourself, I don't wait to make things happen. I already seen greatness in both of you when I saw you and
thank you,
Tony. And your partner. I began to see, I saw it right there. So I mean, I'm not trying to butter you up. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. But I'm one of those people that I carry a blowtorch, right? And so when I really believe in people, I burn their butts, man.
You did. You kicked me in my butt.
I mean, because one way or the other, you're going to say, leave me alone, and I don't want this. Or you're going to say, look, I got to do this, right? And so the thing is, that's what moves me. That's what motivates. That's what made me click, man. It was realizing that no human being gave me this desire, and it's worth me exploring. So at 63 years of age, with the same vigor that I had, I am still pushing.
God bless you, man. God bless you. So I'm just going to elaborate a little bit, and then we're going to move on. We're going to go back on topic. So as you said, I believe we all have a purpose in life, that we were put on this planet, and your destiny, your kismet, if you will. Yeah. And I love that word. So
I heard of that word before. I heard of that word.
Yeah. Desideratum is something is sought after.
Yeah.
And what we're seeking would be the answer, which would be the quasi-satum. And we all want to know what our purpose is on this planet. And that, just comes from this beautiful creator. So,
I tell you, amazing. That's why there's nothing more beautiful, man, than the human race, man. You can't take sides, black, brown, purple, pink. I mean, you can't take sides. I mean, the human race, just looking at the human race is literally, that's a show in and of itself.
Yeah.
But so last but certainly not least, we got a little deep on you there, so that's all right.
Yeah, I know.
We're old enough, we can do those things. But lifestyle, I figured out is actually the way a person or a group of people live, basically, is what it is. So if you look at culture would be your foundation. Lifestyle would be how you apply that foundation. And of course, the body type, you can't change anyway. That's your vehicle. So that's how I would split it all up in our journey, to be fit over 50. However, you have to start before 50 to be able to be fit.
You really do. I know, because if as we said before, this is something we've both been doing for a very long time. And it's second nature. It's like brushing my teeth. I'm going to work out. I'm going to, pretty much eat the same foods, so I'm locked and loaded. So to create that healthy lifestyle, and as you said, lifestyle early on, it's so much easier as we age to carry it through. But once again, it's never too late to start. So with that said, if you're sitting there toying around saying, oh man, I got to work out, I got to go to the gym. So pull the trigger, make that commitment to yourself. And it's amazing.
Exactly.
You lock and load, 2 weeks, a month, you look in the mirror, man, I'm looking better. I'm feeling better. And once you feel good, you have so much more to offer to your family, your loved ones, your friends, and everything starts with you. Make that commitment. Self-love is so important.
Yes, it is. And you know what? Speaking of self-love, I have got something that I want to do. I'm gonna give you a fun fact. Well, I don't know if it's a fun fact, but it's a fact. Okay. There's approximately 8%. Now think about this. 8% of Americans are metabolically healthy.
8%. That's crazy.
8%. You don't know how crazy. Over 55% of Americans are on some prescription medicine or have some condition. Think about that. So with that, what I'm going to start is an 8%ers club. And
8%.
what's 8%ers?
That's a good club to be in.
I'm thinking about t-shirts, but you have to earn that shirt. You have to be a part of the 8%er society as being metabolically healthy so that you can be fit over 50, and it's also even for the younger generation too, to be fit before 50, because after the age of 18, things happen. And we want our youth to actually, live, enjoy their life, so the 8%ers, man. And that's something that was given to me last week. And I just wanted to share that with you because I want to do something really big with that and turn a negative into a positive,
Good. And what we should say, for everybody out there watching, if you're fit over 50, if you're proud of what you've done, we would love to hear comments. Send us photos. We would love to chat because we learn from each other. I mean, you should be proud of yourself, man. You should be proud of what you've done. If your wife, girlfriend, if you got a Oli Bofo out there that's still rocking it, please reach out, send photos. We'd love to share, man, because I'm proud. That's what it's about.
Exactly. And that's what we're here for too. That's why we started this mission. We started this mission for our audience. And I see a lot of people all the time, and we're always perfecting this. So, stay with us. We're going to get better as we're going to have guests. We're going to do a lot of fun things. You're going to see me work out. As you can see, I'm in the part of my training area in my home. And we're going to share with you how to exercise in your home. Doug's got some amazing recipes. Doug, hey, that's a good start. You know what I mean? Get in the kitchen. Exactly.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do that too.
Oh,
and
yes.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of stuff coming, and we're so excited for that.
And me and you are going to compete. We're going to have the challenges. So
I'm not jumping out of an airplane, Doug. I'm not jumping out of a perfectly. I'm not leaving perfectly solid ground to jump out of an airplane. Okay.
But we were at a rock climbing facility, which was really amazing. You talk about something that's, we all think we're conditioned based on what we do, but when you go outside of your comfort zone is really what it's about. And once again, I mean, he's a few years older than me. He kicked my butt. So, and those burpee things that you whooped me on. So we're gonna challenge each other, and that's what it's about. If you have a partner that you're working out with, it's good to challenge, set goals. That's how you keep moving along. So it's gonna be fun. It really is. I enjoy it.
Yes. So we want to actually thank everybody, our audience, the questions that we got in today. Please subscribe, share. Tune in with us every Sunday at 8 a.m. Now we pushed forward. I lost an hour of sleep, but that's okay. But for more information, for how to contact us, you can go to, let me see if I can put my mental.
Put it up there. There we go. Instagram at fit.over50.
Yes. And then if you have any questions,
Facebook at info.fitover50.
Yes. My mental, my psyche, man.
It's pretty good.
And if you want to connect with us with any questions during the show or whatever, you can chime in with us as we go live. See that? Look at that.
What YouTube? Touche.
We have an amazing production team. They are so awesome. Special shout out to them.
Keep getting better. It's going to.
We're getting better with every show. So hey, Doug, I know you got something awesome to do today. And it
I'm
was so
actually I'm on my way. I'm on my way to Las Vegas, Nevada, where Tony's located. So I'll get to
now
meet
you
him in
know you
person. Maybe
can't.
we'll do something together.
You got to, man, 100%.
Yeah.
So with that, we love you guys. We want you
Thank you
guys
so
to
much.
always. This is for you, Fit Over 50, coming to you
Yep.
live with Doug and Tony. Peace.
Peace out.
Stay-
Respect that temple that was given to you. The most important thing in your life. Happy
Yes.
Sunday to all. Tony, I love
And
you, buddy.
remember
Pleasure
to
as
be
always, man.
Fit Over
Over
50.
50.
Yes.